like the piss out of you. Oh, goodness gracious God. What is up? Good day to all you Mil-Simps and Mil-Simpers, squatties and blueberries alike. Welcome to the Military Simulator Tactical Shooter and Historic Gaming channel, home of the weekly Steam Key giveaway. Stay tuned till later in the video for details on how to enter. Update 12 for Hell Let Loose is nearing release, and very soon we will have not only a brand new map, but nighttime layers for most of the existing maps. Now, we are yet to know if every map is going to get a nighttime layer, if these are slowly going to trickle in with each update. It's unknown, but we are going to go over everything that is known. Starting with the new map, and the big feature of the map is something that has driven Postscriptum players crazy in several maps for quite some time now, and I'm kind of surprised this is the first bridge map, or map with a bridge within Hell Let Loose. Now, the combat and gameplay on this bridge should really complement Hell Let Loose's style. Let's just say it's going to be an all-night slobber knocker. Welcome to Remagen. Historically, the Battle of Remagen was part of the Allied invasion of Germany that took place during the 7th until the 25th of March 1945. The Remagen map focuses on the iconic arena where the Ludendorff Railroad Bridge was central to the Allied advance of armor and troops across the Rhine River. The Ludendorff Bridge was one of the last standing bridges over the Rhine, and fierce fighting took place between both Axis and Allied forces in order to capture or destroy this vital supply route. Axis forces threw everything they had to try and destroy the Ludendorff Bridge: artillery, railway guns, airstrikes, mortars, mines, and even a covert team of frogmen or saboteurs, all to no avail. The Ludendorff Bridge stood, although some portions were damaged, well enough to allow 5 divisions of Allied troops to spearhead across the River Rhine and into Germany's industrial heartland. The Battle of Remagen and the following capture of the bridgehead across the Rhine River was credited with shortening the duration of World War II. In Update 12 of Hell Let Loose, players will be battling during the period shortly before the US successfully captures the bridge, prior to its capture and prominent collapse 10 days later. If you take a good look at the map here, you will notice at the beginning of each faction's side, there are 3 capture points like there typically are. Now, this looks like the first map to have static capture points in the 3 middle lanes. There will be no randomness, I guess is another way to explain it, except for, of course, the last capture point your team will make. This is new to Hell Let Loose. All other Hell Let Loose maps have 3 capture points per lane, and of course, they are randomly selected before the game starts. I'm telling you right now, this bridge and either side of the landing of this bridge is going to be a bloodbath. Now, also coming to Update 12 is the inclusion of night maps, or load light, mood variation. Think of dusk, anywhere from evening to dusk. Now, this will provide even more diversity for the players on the battlefield. Tactics will change from day to night, as previously precarious areas for infantry or vehicles to traverse may now seem a more viable option. As per any map in Hell Let Loose, communicating and coordinating will remain the paramount asset a team needs to utilize in order to garner a win of the round. To create these new mood settings, the decision was made to focus on low lighting in a fog of war type scenario, as having an environment where just the lighting itself was turned extremely dark would not be conducive to enjoyable gameplay. The fog effects have been carefully crafted to facilitate the low light environment mood scheme the team was aiming for. A more up close and personal approach to combat should be prominent in these maps with new lighting variants. This should create a greater atmosphere for all players and may even have the hairs on the back of their neck standing on end as they listen for sounds of the enemy. Here we go, boys. Doom and Diablo meets freaking Hell Let Loose, right? Also, take note, players, this is the first iteration of the concept, and it should be known that this is a work in progress. These first night maps we see when U12 releases, they may change. There's no better way to test them out than to get thousands of players running around blowing each other to smithereens, right? So not only are we getting a brand new map, the first one with a bridge, now we're getting night, dawn, and dusk maps, but to accompany the night maps, the team at Black Matter will be adding flare guns. Flare guns were used during World War II in situations where radio silence was important, often used by people to send signals or reveal their position, usually when they were in distress and in need of assistance. For Hell Let Loose, the flare gun will primarily be used to aid in spotting or highlighting an enemy position. This will be particularly helpful in low light or night operations. The 3 flare guns to be featured in Update 12 include the German Leuchtpistole 42, the Soviet SPSH 42, and the American AN-M8, which will initially be delegated to the spotter role of each faction with only a single flare. So it will pay to use the tool wisely. The decision to assign the flare gun to the spotter role was an important one, as the team felt access to the weapon greatly increases the attraction of the role, something the spotter has struggled with in the past. The addition of the flare gun will be a permanent tool for the spotter to use during both daylight and night maps. And again, ultimately, this decision by the team is not final. It is subject to change as testing ensues. Now, along with their ability to visually signal areas of enemy presence to surrounding allies, flares, once active, will also act as a reconnaissance tool, marking enemy positions within a 50-meter radius over a period of 30 seconds. This action will be similar to the current commander ability of the recon plane in daylight maps. Players will need to be skillful in their ability to judge distances when using a flare gun, as firing angles will play an important role in the weapon's effectiveness. If a flare happens to collide with an object such as a building or terrain, then the flare will promptly fizzle out and become inactive. This means that firing too low may result in the flare having insufficient flight time to activate or remain active, while firing high will limit the distance at which it becomes active. The shooter of a flare will also need to be aware that using one will deploy a trail of smoke and light, allowing for all within visual range to see the approximate location of its origin. The tactics for successful use of the flare guns will be a skill that is learnt over time. To assist in identifying an active flare, allies and Axis flares are colored differently, green for the allies and red for the Axis. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you are as excited for the new update as I am. Also, I figured I'd touch on the fact that the guys over at the Postscriptum Realism mod are actually working on flare guns too. They even have layers that are freaking pitch black, and without the flare gun you can hardly see anything. For those of you cool enough to not pit the two games against each other and actually enjoy and support both indie dev teams, we got some cool PSRM stuff in the works. Definitely stay tuned. But let's go ahead and wrap this up. First things first, shout out to my Mil-Simp minions, my channel members, my inspiration. Consider joining the ranks, hit the blue join button below. I also have a Patreon for as little as 99 cents. When I get invited to test or thrown beta keys, my members are first come, first serve. We also give back around here though. That's right, we give a Steam key away to one of our viewers every week. Right now we have Easy Red 2, Mud and Blood, and Fire and Steel to give away. And to enter, it's super easy. All you gotta do is like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel of course, join us on Discord, it's linked below, and drop a comment. Say whatever you want in the comment, but leave your Discord name and number because it's going to be your ticket stub. Also, if you record your own gameplay, come through to the Discord and submit your clips, because whoever gets first place in the next top 10 Mil-Sim moments also wins a Steam key. Check out the last episode, it's right here on the right. I'll see you boys in the next one. Y'all be good to each other.